everybody. Rabbi Abby will introduce our candle lighters tonight.
I will indeed. So I am most grateful to Janet Parker and Chris Folk for agreeing to be our candle lighters tonight. So whomever is operating the spotlight, if you could go ahead and spotlight Janet, and I believe she has already unmuted herself, and we'll be really happy to see, there you guys are. We'll be really happy to see your candlesticks. Do you have anything you want to tell us about them?
We do. First of all, thank you for the honor.
Thank
This is
you.
really lovely. We feel very, very honored. And this was my grandma's, Katie Slavsky, and this is what she used for all her life to light her Shabbos candles. And it's just so meaningful for us that we could use it tonight. So thank you for the opportunity.
That's so lovely. What would she say if she knew you were holding it up on Zoom for Shabbat?
She'd call me Cookalakis. Cookalakis, I'm so happy. She would be really happy. Actually, she would be thrilled.
Shidplots.
Shidplot.
All right.
Awesome.
Chris, would you like to lead us in the blessing, or would you like me to?
Absolutely. Here
Oh,
we go.
great. Perfect. Okay, great. Outstanding.
You're better at lighting matches than we are.
Yeah, those aren't Sherith Israel matches.
No.
They work.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for leading that for us. It's really fun to be included in your family history. So now that we have lit our candles, we can start to really get into the Shabbat mode. We're going to get started with Lecha Dodi, which I imagine will be shared on your screen soon, but you also probably know it.
Can everyone see it? Is it there?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, here we go.
Lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, hishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, לשם תפארת ולתהילה. lecha dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. lecha dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. lecha dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. lecha dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. lecha dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. lecha dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. lecha dodi לקראת קהלה, תני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, תני שבת נקבלה.
We
I just
continue.
want to invite Cantor
sorry.
Frommer to, I'm sorry, I can't
Nope,
do.
go ahead.
I just wanted to invite Cantor Frommer to say a word about the music, how we're kind of trying different things each week so that we can combine as much of music and voice as possible so we hear all of the beautiful sound together.
Yeah, the technological challenges have been, have been challenging. But, we're continuing to play around with what combination of pre-recorded accompaniment or live accompaniment or live vocals or pre-recorded vocals kind of work best. And so, I don't know if all of you know this, but if you've ever watched a presidential inauguration on TV and you've seen the world-class musicians who play there, like Yo-Yo Ma, right, and all of those people, they are actually not playing live. I don't know. I don't want to destroy anyone's, impression of of such a sacred national event, but that's all pre-recorded. So, and yet when you kind of watch it, you're hopefully moved by the majesty of the moment. And that's what we're hoping that will happen here, whether the music is live or pre-recorded, that you'll kind of get into the spirit of singing along with it, and that it'll kind of enlighten, and brighten Shabbat for you. So that's where we are, and we'll continue now with Tov Lehodot, our Psalm 92, our psalm especially for Shabbat.
Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. 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 Lehagid b'boker chastecha, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבר, עלי היגיון בכינור. טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן, מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון.
We now invite you to rise as able to join us in the Baruch Hu, the prayer where we formally come together as a prayer community.
La
take a moment to settle ourselves, quiet down all the noise inside and outside, and really listen to all of the things out in the universe that we need to hear, listen to God's voice with the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
We now come to Michamocha, our song of freedom, which remains challenging and slightly ironic for us in this period, but also in light of the beginning of the relaxing of restrictions all across the country, especially in Wisconsin and elsewhere. We recognize that we have the freedom both to do things that we affirmatively want to do, but also to maintain public safety by continuing to help out with this effort wherever we are. So I invite us all to contemplate that freedom as we sing Michamocha together.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh norat tehilot osef ele malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam ze Eli anu ve'ameru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la
Now we come to Hashkivenu, a slightly easier prayer to relate to, in which we appreciate the shelter of peace, the Sukkah of Shalom, that we all are fortunate to have spread over our heads and protecting us at this time. So please join us for Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath your
invite you now to rise as able and join us in the first part of the Amidah, our standing prayer, Adonai Sephatai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל העליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. We're going to continue now praying the words of the prayer book or the words of our own thoughts to ourselves while we listen to some contemplative music by Jonathan on the piano. And when we're finished with our personal prayers, we'll come back together for Shalom Rav on page 60.
ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדום לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדום לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה ישלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Shabbat Shalom. I especially want to say welcome to a few people who I can see on here on this crazy grid who haven't been on our Shabbat services before, and it's wonderful to get people able to use Zoom and more comfortable. So hi Joni, Shabbat Shalom, and Sam, I see you on there, and Catherine. So I can't scroll through everybody, but we see you through the course of the service, and we're really delighted that you're here. A few words about our double Torah portion this week, Bahar Bechukotai, that I want to share as I begin each week these weeks. What an incredibly relevant Torah portion, and what an incredibly relevant book of the Torah is Leviticus at this crazy moment in our life, in the life of our society. We reach this Torah portion now as we are counting many things. Counting the Omer in our Jewish calendar, counting our shelter-in-place days and weeks. And now we arrive at this incredible story about counting for sabbatical and jubilee in our people's history and in our present. And the story that we encounter, or the rules, the laws that we encounter in this double Torah portion are really about enforced rest from the usual toil. Sound a little relevant? Familiar? Just like what we're doing? It's enforced rest at this time in our world, different from a sabbatical, but maybe I was thinking not quite so different. I'll read you just a few verses that come from this Torah portion. When you come to the land that I am giving you, the land shall rest, a Shabbat, Adonai. You may sow your field for 6 years, and for 6 years you prune your vineyard and gather its produce. In the 7th year, the land shall have a complete rest, a complete Shabbat. You shall not sow your field, nor shall you prune your vineyard. Of the land, the fruit shall be yours to eat for all of the people in your community, including your hired workers and the residents who live with you. Its produce may be eaten by your domestic animals, and you will count for yourself these years arriving at a sabbatical. You shall return each person to his property, and you shall return each person to his or her family. This Torah portion talks about a return to that which is most important, a cessation from work and from building and from growing more, and just going back home to reevaluate, maybe, to take stock, maybe, to rest, to just start over. This Torah portion asks us to do effectively a Control, Alt, Delete, reset on life every so often. And here we find ourselves in some way in a period of Control, Alt, Delete, not by our choice, but maybe not to our detriment either. The Torah portion goes on, if you should say, what will we eat in the 7th year? We will not sow and we will not gather in our produce. God answers, I will command my blessing for you and it will yield enough produce. Therefore, throughout the land of your possession, you shall give redemption and give it a rest. This Torah portion is about recognizing abundance and about stopping long enough to look around and see the abundance all around us, to stop gathering and stop collecting and stop counting that, and instead to look outward, to count the important things, to count the Omer, the small things, and to count the enormous things as we return to our land and the land that surrounds us, the environment, the earth that we so desperately need to focus on, and to return, as the Torah portion teaches us, to our own families, to our own extended families and families of choice, to our friends, to our community, and our relatives, to stop and say, we have enough. I was reminded of a beautiful poem that went viral. Many of you may have read it. It's called Pandemic. And it was written just a few weeks ago. When it first came out, I thought, I'm not sure if this is right. But as these weeks go on, actually, and as I read this double Torah portion, Bahar Bechukotai, it seemed just the right words. I'll read it to you. What if you thought of it, the pandemic, what if you thought of it as the Jews consider the Sabbath, the most sacred of times? Cease from travel, cease from buying and selling, give up just for now on trying to make the world different than it is. Sing, pray, touch only those to whom you commit your life, center down. And when your body has become still, reach out with your heart. Know that we are connected in ways that are terrifying and beautiful. You could hardly deny it now. Know that our lives are in one another's hands. Surely that has come clear. Do not reach out your hands, reach out your heart. Reach out your words. Reach out all the tendrils of compassion that move invisibly where we cannot touch. So those are the words not only of our pandemic, but of our Torah portion, of the beautiful lessons that sometimes seem so relevant and so right on, even as sometimes these words feel ancient and archaic, so too do they come right to the forefront of our lives and inspire us even in these days. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Yasher Koach, thank you for those beautiful words. Well, when we come together for celebrations of this sort, we have the opportunity to do a number of things, and one of those things is to pray for healing for those of us who need it. Healing of body, of mind, and spirit, full healing. Tonight, we think particularly of Dr. Elliot Eisenberg and William Kurian, but we think also of all those whom you may be thinking of in your hearts or naming aloud in your homes. So as we reach that middle portion of Misha Berach, the musical interlude in the middle, please feel free to say those names aloud in your homes and pray for the healing of those whom you love. Please join us in Misha Berach.
Us
when we come together, always we think of the beautiful things that are in our lives, in our community, the things for which we thank God for the opportunity to be alive and to be together. And something very special happened in our community this week as Rika finished her studies to become Jewish, sat before the Beit Din, and even in this crazy time, managed to go to the mikveh, a very beautiful mikveh, also known as San Francisco Bay. And I want to thank Dr. Susan Borkin, one of our very committed mikveh mentors, conversion mentors, and now mikveh mentors, expert mikveh visitors, who came along and guided Rika on this incredible journey. If we were in our sanctuary, we would have you all together on the bima to honor your work and your commitment and your friendship, and the beautiful lessons about Judaism that you've taught each other and all of us who had the privilege to work with you. So in honor of Rika's incredible courage and lack of fear of cold water, I invite Cantor Frommer to share a blessing as Rika has taken on a new name and has officially become part of the Jewish community. We welcome her tonight in our community.
Rika, are you out there? Let's see if Rika's there. If not.
Yes.
Oh, great. Would you share with the congregation your new Hebrew name and why you chose it?
Okay. My new Hebrew name is Keshet Malka. Let me get to why I chose it. I wrote along, but this should be quick. It should be quick. It's not that long. Give me 1 second. Let's see. There we go. Keshet Malka means rainbow queen in Hebrew. I picked this name because I believe it strongly symbolizes who I am. I come from a multicultural background. Like the rainbow, it's very colorful and beautiful. To me, Keshet also symbolizes diversity. I view my many different intersectionalities as my strength. I seek to fight for folks who've been abandoned or declared a burden by society. I am not new to adversity and prejudice. Being raised by struggling immigrants has taught me humility. Throughout my life, I dealt with obstacles and hostility from judgmental people. Despite this, there's been times in my life where I have experienced love and kindness from people I'd least expect to give it to me. I cherish every memorable moment that I've been in the company of wholesome people. They're a blessing and an honor to have encountered. I have never let people or oppressive systems in place get in my way of excelling in school and accomplishing my life goals. I've overcome seemingly impossible odds to make a lasting positive impact in other people's lives. I strive to be a voice for the voiceless. I am a leader in my own rights. I am simply born to lead by example. I never let others bring me down to their level. I am strong and resilient. I am a fighter and a protector, not a quitter. I strive to pull people out of the darkness and into the light. I am happy to now be a part of the lineage of Jewish royalty that has spanned from the age of antiquity to the age of modernity. Ruth is the first Jewish convert and the great-grandmother of King David. Like Ruth, I too have become part of the entirety of the Jewish people. I strive to live a Jewish life. I highly admire King David and strive to be like him. He sought the hearts of Hashem. He lived a very righteous life despite the attempts from others to take his throne. He showed his enemies compassion. He humbled himself before Hashem numerous times.
Rika, that was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm gonna offer you a blessing right now. You are known by the name Rika Abir, which means that you are always linked to those who gave you life. And from this time forth, you shall be known within the Jewish community as Keshet Malka Bat Avraham V'Sara. May this name bring respect to you and honor to the Jewish people, just as all of the Jewish heroes that you have named in your beautiful words did. We rejoice to welcome you into our midst, one who willingly and devotedly helps replenish the ranks of our people, as our people have done through the ages. I ask God's blessing on you in ancient words. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God's presence be with you at all times and give you peace. And we say together, Amen. Let's join together now in Shehecheyanu for Rika and for all of the wonderful simchas that we have celebrated this week in our community. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh.
It might not be doable, but I think it's worth figuring out. Looking at
Mazel tov. Oh, sorry, I almost dropped the entire congregation on the floor. Mazel tov to Rika. It was really an extraordinary, and as Susan said on the beach, very memorable mikvah experience to share with you as you very proudly became Jewish, emerging from the Bay, showing us your commitment to Judaism and to a future of serving the Jewish people. So it's a blessing for all of us. We remember at this time our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Zichronam livracha, we say, may their memory of all of the righteous who came before us be a blessing. On this Shabbat, we remember for Shiva, the first 7 days of mourning, Karen Richardson. And for Shloshim, the first 30 days, Larry Doan, Riva Fagan, and Sydney Shear. If there are others for whom you say Kaddish in these first 7 or 30 days of your own mourning, please stand and share a name. The perpetual memorials in our congregation are Sydney Black, Charles Einbund, Mildred Molly Einbund, Ethel Goldberg, Janet Lewis, and Art Rosenberg. If you are observing the first year of mourning for a loved one, please stand and share a name in your own home. The yard sites in our community on the Shabbat are Bruno Abramovitz, Natalie P. Allen, Lisa Cheryl Barth, Solomon Burke, Joseph Boxer, Rosalind Brock, Samuel Fell, Lenore Anderson Feynman, Joseph G. Grossman, Elsie Handler, Trudy Hauser, Erwin Eisenson, Sally Jaffe, Delmar Kolb, Mark Laser, Frederick Linder, David McGrish, Carolyn Mervis, Hannah Reisfeld, Diane Ross, Dorothy Spivak, Oletta Thomas, Benjamin P. Wiener, and those loved ones who you remember by standing and sharing a name. We join together as one community in words of Kaddish Yatom, thanking God for those lives. Page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divra chirutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach leolam u'almei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Usei shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. May the source of peace, who creates harmony on high, bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all mourners everywhere, especially in this painful time, the national and international pandemic, where there are so many for whom we mourn. We say together, amen.
Annabelle Merkel, also Mary's mom.
Thank you. And I know that some people have added names also on the, sometimes add names on the chat. So we remember all of those who are so important to us and continue to inspire us in our values and our lives. May their memories be a blessing. Just a few announcements on this Shabbat. Next Wednesday, tomorrow morning, there will be Torah study with Cantor Frommer, I think. Is that true? With Cantor Frommer. Awesome. So we look forward to welcoming you at 9:15. Come in your jammies or come in your clothes or whatever you want. Rabbi Abby has an announcement about Sunday morning. She'll share that in just a minute. But next Wednesday also, there will be part 3 in our series of, what are we calling it? From the Front Lines, I think, a conversation with some doctors in our community. And John will be interviewing 2 very interesting doctors who are right central to our community. Dr. Valerie Flaherman, who is a pediatrician and professor at UCSF, working on a very interesting study about COVID in children. So we're looking at the youngest members of our society, and also Dr. Ben Zier, who is the medical director at the Campus for Jewish Living, formerly known as the Jewish Home, talking about the oldest members of our society and how we all can take care of the full spectrum of life during this time when people are being affected differently by COVID. So please join us 5 to 6 o'clock on Wednesday. The following Wednesday is our annual meeting. Very important to be there and hear about the state of the congregation, which is very good. But please join us for a vote and for participation. If you have not renewed your membership or officially become a member, you need to do that prior to the meeting in order to be able to attend and vote. So please do that. And the following Wednesday, again, Save Wednesday, June 3rd, which will be the 4th installation in this medical conversation about COVID. Dr. Daniel Kraft will be with us, and hopefully Stephen Schoenfeld talking about medical innovations in America and Israel and kind of cutting edge technology relating to COVID. So lots going on in the community. I see that Peter just posted the link again, so please join us. There'll be a reminder in Under the Dome. And on May 30th, we will have a chance to thank Cantor Frommer for his incredible service to Congregation Sherith Israel, and to hopefully roast him, embarrass him, and otherwise make him feel completely silly. And there is a tribute book that will allow you to put fun stories, fun pictures, great memories, huge thank yous in there. And it's also a fundraiser for Congregation Sherith Israel. That night was supposed to be our in-person gala. There's been some debate about how to pronounce that word. We will be postponing the in-person aspect, but celebrating together not only Cantor Frommer, but the continuation of our wonderful community. So please help our operating budget also, and say thank you to Cantor Frommer by putting a tribute in the book. Rabbi Abby, I know you have an announcement.
Yes, we are starting a little experimental program this Sunday morning that we're calling Summer at Studio. We're going to have a session at 9:30 for kids in preschool through 2nd grade, and that's going to include Cantor Frommer doing some music, and our wonderful teacher Chloe Erden, who's going to lead some activities. And then at 10:30 for kids in 3rd through 6th grades, we're going to have a sort of Menschmaker space activity that I'm going to lead, and it's a total experiment, and hopefully it'll be really fun. So if you are part of the studio community, or if you've been interested in being part of the studio community, please join us. The link for the Zoom went out to the whole studio community, but if you're interested and you didn't get it, please just shoot me an email. I'll be happy to send it to you.
Awesome. Gordon, any other announcements?
I think you've covered it. Thank you.
The secret, you want to say anything about Secret Yenta? It's up and running. It's totally random. I'll say that. There's some crazy algorithm that I had nothing to do with to assign people to each other. So you get a random person in the community, and next week you get another random person, and it sounds to me like it's going to be super fun. So have a good time with that. And I think Rabbi Abby is going to introduce some special people who are going to share Kiddush with us.
Absolutely. So the Wunsch family has very kindly agreed to lead us in Kiddush, at least insofar as they're going to show off one or more of their excellent Kiddush cups. So hopefully somebody is in the process of spotlighting Mitchell and Supriya and Aurelia and Nathaniel even as we speak. I know they're out there, but I invite you guys to, there you are, I invite you guys to go ahead and unmute yourselves and tell us whatever you want to tell us about those beautiful Kiddush cups you have.
Hello, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. 4 Kiddush cups. I don't know where they came from. Sorry, I don't have a good story like the young lady who introduced the Shabbat candles. But I can say I think one of them came from my bar mitzvah. One of them came from Supriya's house. I think one of them came from my mother's house. And one of them may have come from my bris. And that's probably the one that's been, probably one of the smaller ones. Anyways, that is our 4 Kiddush cups. We rotate them throughout the year. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much for sharing them with us. And I invite Cantor Frommer to go ahead and lead us in the actual prayer.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit. כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim. Do we have someone for Motzi?
Yes, we do. I'm
Let's
sorry,
see.
let's see. We're having technological difficulties. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So Miss Ari and our ongoing efforts to learn how to make challah. Can you hold up your challah? There we go. Miss Ari made a beautiful challah for her Barbies this week. And she also made a beautiful challah. Let's see, can you see this? Okay, let's see how to turn this around. Okay, you can show them. She made it. Oh, there we go. A beautiful challah for human beings this week too. And here's the Barbie challah. So we joined together in the great hopes that it's edible. And huge thank you to Lita Morgenstein for helping us make these this week.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
B'tei Avon, everybody, and huge Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And we'll
Shabbat
conclude
Shalom.
with
Shabbat Shalom.
Ein Keloheinu, which you will be able to find as soon as we put it up here. Hold on one sec. Okay, hopefully everyone can see that. All right.
כאלוהינו, אין כאדוננו, אין כמלכנו, אין כמושיענו, non como nuestro Dios, non como nuestro Señor, non como nuestro Rey, non como nuestro Salvador. מי אלוהינו, מי אדוננו, מי מלכנו, מי מושיענו, ¿quién como nuestro Dios? ¿Quién como nuestro Señor? ¿Quién como nuestro Rey? ¿Quién como nuestro Salvador? No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu. Lo haremos nuestro Dios, lo haremos nuestro Señor, lo haremos nuestro Rey, lo haremos nuestro Salvador. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Bendito nuestro Dios, bendito nuestro Señor, bendito nuestro Rey, bendito nuestro Salvador. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Tú sos nuestro Dios, tú sos nuestro Señor, tú sos nuestro Rey, tú sos nuestro Salvador.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.